Hey, this is Joe from Complete Carnivore, and I have the new SNS Grills kettle here. I put it together yesterday, got it unboxed. I just want to kind of show you some of the main differences between the SNS kettle and the standard Weber kettle. Let's just start off with the lid. I mean, one great thing I see here is you got your damper and your temperature gauge on the same side. Over on the Weber, you got your vent up here, and then over on the other side is your thermometer. When you're running two-zone fire, which is kind of what the SNS grill is designed to do, you'll have your Slow N Sear, or your heat over here, comes across the food, comes out the vent. So having the thermometer over on this side is going to give you a much more accurate depiction of what your actual grill temperature is. I would probably still recommend using a separate thermometer to track it, but it's going to be much more accurate and closer to what you're actually cooking on the SNS grill versus the Weber. So that's one pretty interesting feature. I mean, they both have decent vents on top. Not much difference there. The SNS kettle does come with a lid bail on the side here. You see that on some of the higher end Weber grills, like the Performer and the 26 here, and the Ranch kettle here. They have the lid bails on them, so just an easy way to hold the lid. On this one, has that little hook there that so you can hang the lid on the side, but it's not as secure as having the lid bail there. So that's a nice added feature you get on the SNS grill that you don't have on the Weber. Also, you got a side table here. I mean, it's obviously not the most sturdy table ever. It's just a metal table that clips on. I believe they say it's rated to 20 pounds. Let's just put some stuff on it. Here is my Slow N Sear. Stays up there just fine. Let's put an XL, Slow N Sear XL. We got one of those over here underneath my 26. I mean, there's, I don't know, 15 pounds or so on there, and it's not moving, it's stable. So you can easily put a bag of charcoal, you can put your plate of meat, you could put anything like that on there, and it's going to be fine. You can put pork butt and brisket, no issues with that. I wouldn't recommend like wrapping anything on this table, it's too small for that, but it'd be great to hold your thermometer, hold some sauce, your rubs, whatever seasonings you have. It'd be great for that. Again, you get that on the Performers, the more expensive kettles, but it's not on the standard kettle. That's a nice feature. If we come down here, this is one of the couple features I'm really excited about. It's a probe port, so you can take your thermometer, have that sitting here, run your probes right through here, and you can see here the hole is on top of the grate, so it comes right on top of the grate. You can put your grate clip on. You could do your meat. Don't have that in the kettle. I usually just run my probes just run underneath the lid. Never had any problem with that. I know some people cut out notches, some people drill a hole and put a little silicone grommet in there to protect their cables, but that's one nice feature that SNS grills added to this. Another one over on this side, they got another little port here, and that's for your fan controller, for your the ThermalWorks Billows is the one I have. Barbecue Guru makes some, but you just stick it right in there. Again, on the kettle, you got to drill a hole. I hate drilling holes in my grills. I have one, it's over there, way over there. I rarely use it. It has a hole drilled in it. It's an older kettle that I bought kind of just to drill a hole in for the fan controller. But the fact that the SNS grill comes with it, I think that's huge. And it's got these nice little covers that slide right down. I mean, they're not, you can kind of see a small gap there, but nothing that's going to make any difference. Same with this one here. They have the charcoal basket. I like the way this one comes off pretty easy, goes back on pretty easy. The Weber ones, I always have a little bit of issue. You got to kind of fiddle with them. I mean, it's not a deal breaker, it's not a bad thing by any way, but these ones are just easier. You can see also the ash sweeper there's 5 tines on it compared to the Weber. This is filthy inside, but you can see there's only 3 tines on that one. So you probably get a little bit better airflow, a little bit better control that way, since there's 5 vents to open to let air in. So I like that. It's got the stainless steel easy spin grate, spins around, there's nothing that catches on. It also has the wider opening on the grate here, so your whole Slow N Sear, I'll put it in here in a minute, whole Slow N Sear is accessible. You can add more fuel, where on the standard Weber grate it's only this small little bit here, so it's kind of tricky to add more charcoal while you're cooking. It also comes with a gasket. I haven't put that on yet. I want to cook a few times without the gasket and see how much air leaks out, and then I'll put the gasket on. But let's throw the Slow N Sear in here so you can see how it fits. Chances are, if you're buying an S&S kettle, you're going to want the Slow N Sear to go with it. And that's this bad boy right here. So of course it sits in there nicely. You want to opposite your fan port if you're using a fan controller. So you can see the grate on there. You see the opening here. You got access to the whole thing here, so it's easy to add more wood chunks, more charcoal, anything you need. I haven't had a chance to cook on this yet, and once I do, I'll put some more videos up. But just based on appearance, I really like what they've done. I mean, the thing is stable. It's got 4 legs instead of 3. Assembly was pretty straightforward. There wasn't really any tricky parts. It's well packaged. It's got everything you need. It's ready to go. The price on these is $279. This model of kettle is $165, so you're paying a bit more, but once again, you get the better grate, you get the ports on it, you get the side table. If you're comparing it to the $165 version, which this one is, I think it's worth the extra $110 or whatever, $115. If you're comparing it to a Performer, those usually I think are $329 and up. It's a great value, especially with all the added features you get. So overall, I'm impressed with how it went together, how it looks, all the different features on it. I'm looking forward to cooking on it. I got a pork butt planned for tomorrow, and I'll probably do some steaks or some chicken over the weekend, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to load it up with charcoal right now and start burning it off. It's usually good to do that with every new grill, but yeah, I'm pretty impressed with this overall. So thanks for watching. If you have any comments, just put those below, and I'd love to hear what you think of it, or if there's any questions you have, I'm happy to answer those. Thanks for watching.